Thanksgiving begins a very special time of the year for us. It's the time of peace and reflection, and of getting ready for the new year. One thing we should all be thankful for is that we live in America, where we have the freedom to change things and the opportunity to grow.
It's the Drunk Turkey Show, mother trucker!
No free rides on the BS or ass.
Starring Honey G, the Bigfoot hunter.
Yeah, and when you don't get the right answer to the question, bam!
Hey, Bloom, I like it, bro.
And Big Blue, the gyno for the
The
stars.
wrong shirt though.
Oh yeah.
I ordered the white tank top, spaghetti strap.
And Spaceman Daniel J.
A friend named Jonathan Martinez, who's not allowed in libraries.
Well, according to my grandmother, because she used to live by a creek, the Llorona lived there. So if we never went to bed, you would hear like, oi, oi. We end up later on finding out my grandmother and my grandpa were fucking.
I got chills. Look at that
There
shit.
it is.
I mean, and plus that gummy kicked in, but still, the perfect timing.
You come in and for you to feel like you're at your house. Of course, don't get barefooted.
You know, it looks like he's spice, but that looks real safe to your eye. But you know what I'm saying? I haven't got legs. Am I telling the truth? You never
Probably like laying down and shit.
Hey, greetings from the year 3000. It still sucks. This is Philip J. Fry, and you're listening to the Drunken Turkey Show. Your one stop for this sort of thing. Hit that button, like and subscribe. You know what to do, just like every other podcast.
Man, doesn't that feel great to see our old intro? I'm your host, Daniel J. Welcome to the Drunk Turkey Show. I have in my hand a Wonder Woman's beer, the see-through invisible beer, new technology out by aliens. Big Blue, Jaime, how you guys doing tonight? We'll start off with you, Jaime.
I'm doing good, man. A lot better than last time. Remember last time I had a migraine? I couldn't even think right, man. Honestly.
Yeah, no, man. I hear you. I'm glad you're feeling a lot better. You looked a little rough there. Big Blue. Oh, wait. You know what? Before we go to Big Blue, are you drinking tonight, Jaime?
I am. I'm drinking some Coke with some chocolate flavored whiskey from Bird Dog.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I'm drinking a Bud Light Lime. It's green, and so it's disappearing in my background. Big Blue, how you doing tonight? You drinking with us?
I'm doing good tonight, but unfortunately I can't drink tonight. I have to work, so I'm just having the good old have it your way burger.
You know well nobody goes sober to that job.
So did I borrow the Astro suit from Johnny Depp? No, actually, he borrowed it from me. I got it back. It smells great. So today we're going to go back a little bit more into our roots, let some people get into the live chat, and then we'll be going over exactly what everybody's here to see, which is Russia apparently claimed to have shot down a UFO and put the world on notice, so to speak. This happened a few days ago. But before we get into that, into the videos, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's joined. Happy Friday the 13th. This is a little bit more lighthearted stuff than the true crime stuff that we've been putting out. You're going to hear a lot more jokes, a lot more guys talking like we're in a bar or something. So sit back and enjoy. If you guys are drinking an alcoholic beverage with us, let us know in the live chat what you're drinking, and let us know where you're coming from. I already see some people hitting us up with the Sam Adams.
Crown Royal Black.
Ooh, I love
Crown Royal Black.
From Jack Daniels, man.
It's from Crown Royal.
What?
Did you say it's from Jack Daniels?
I said there's somebody drinking Jack Daniels too.
Oh, okay. I thought you said the Crown Royal Black was from Jack Daniels.
Oh, no. I need to get some to that right now. Man, there's a damn fly in here, man.
Oh,
pissing me off.
Are you sure this fly is not the feds trying to listen in on you?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, man. It's pissing me off, though. It's really distracting. But as you can see, I cut my freaking mustache, man. I was drinking drinking whatever I was drinking, it would stay under.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Blue just booked it, man.
I think his internet fell apart. So
Feds.
definitely the feds. Definitely the feds. Do you guys have had UFOs on your bingo card this year? That's funny. So, well, before we get into the Russia UFO, or do you want to get into that one right away?
What's it called? Hey, before anything, man, I don't know if it's the platform we're using, but it's really lagging, man, on my side.
Really?
Like something, yeah, like even the chat is really, really. It's acting weird, but let's see how it goes.
Yeah, it could be mine, man. I've been having some internet issues earlier today, so it might be mine. Thank you, Charles. We appreciate that. And so let's get into it. The first one is going to be a video. Go ahead, Boo.
I mentioned the feds once and I got kicked out, man.
That always seems to happen to us.
2 seconds and they kicked.
I think you just kicked yourself out again.
I'm not really sure what's going on, man, but he's going into mute and he's jumping off like out of the stream. I don't know what's going on.
Can you guys hear us and see us all right on the live chat? I want to make sure that everything is okay on that side. Big Blue is backstage. Oh, there he is. Did you do that on purpose?
No, I must have hit the add to stream button twice and it like re-hit it and kicked me out.
Got you. Yeah, saying that we look and sound great. All right, cool. So, Jaime, before we get into the Russia one, this one was a video that was released on a UFO hearing. Is that correct? You're the one that brought this video to us. I think Jaime is lost. He doesn't look frozen because I can see him moving a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'll tell you, it's not. I think everybody in San Antonio using the internet to try to watch the animal.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna play this video that Jaime brought, and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
Ready?
I don't know.
This one doesn't have sound. Do you see this one, Jaime? You're muted, bro. Okay. Oh, so these are UAP videos that were released during the hearing. This one's been debunked. This one is Boku or something like that. Some kind of weird crap that happens with the with night vision camera when you're looking through it. That one's fake. It's just drones, I believe. I think a lot of people have seen this one. There's only a few seconds left on it. But yeah, this video here has been debunked already.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
saw it was. Go ahead.
I saw that one earlier, and I was like, interesting.
Yeah. So this is the one from Russia. Let's pull this back. There is sound. I'm going to slow it down so that way we can. Oh, that sucks. Let's slow it down. Put it at 75. So this is what's that?
No, someone asked on the chat, how do we meet? Tinder. Nah, just playing.
Yeah, we met in like 6th, 7th grade. We've known each other for a very long time. Mm-hmm. So right here, guys, this is the UFO that was shot down in Russia. Russia claims or had put it out there that they shot down a UFO. They have not yet to come out with, where this UFO came from, if they have any idea. They're just putting out the claim that they shot it down. And this is, they released 2 clips of them shooting down this possibly alleged UFO flying over Russia. And so first thing you notice is this quite bright. Looks like a cylinder. I mean, a spherical object. I would assume it's not that high off the ground based on the light being emitted on the houses here. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it doesn't seem too far up there, man. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it I don't know if it's because of where it's at. You can see the shadows of the clouds on the inside on this side of the cloud.
Mhm.
It kind of gives you an illusion that it's above the clouds. I don't think it is. Do you think that it's above that cloud or below that cloud?
It looks like it's in front of it.
Blue.
I think it's
Yeah, big blue. What in front of it?
I want to say it's above it. I want to say it's in front of it.
It does look like it could be above this part of the cloud, just because you can see the shadow behind it. My assumption, you see this cloud, this part of the cloud here, you don't see any shadow. I assume that if this was lower than the cloud, there wouldn't be this shadow. It would be lit up like this part of the cloud. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
All right, let's play it. So it's traveling. And this is where it gets shot down right there. And then goes 9. And so they're gonna have a different angle here in a little bit. Now I slowed this down to 3/4 speed. See, I think it's mine, guys. I can see my internet connection is unstable up here. You guys can hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's mine. So this is a second angle from somebody outside underneath. Did you see that?
What?
It blinks like it's shooting something, or maybe it's getting hit. See?
No, I think
It
it
makes
got hit.
it looks weird, like almost it did get hit, definitely. But do you think that those flashes of light are, this is just speculation, but could be a force field being hit?
Man, maybe like Independence Day, how they have force fields on them.
Yeah. Like Independence Day, like how they have force fields. It looks like it even looks like the air. Watch, I'll play it. It almost looks like when it gets hit, like it
kind of glitches.
Yeah, or like a ripple, like a wave. There you go. That's weird. It's real weird. And so I'm gonna play it over.
Yep.
I'm gonna put it at regular speed, and I'm gonna put the sound on. So we'll be muting ourselves.
Sorry, еще одна посылка. Сорвалась.
So I muted the video. It's that's interesting, man. It sounds very loud. Whatever it struck it, definitely made a lot of noise. The light immediately went out, and you saw some smoke coming out of it as it fell. It's insane. Now, some folks are saying that it looks like a missile. I'm going to play it. It's going to be muted, so we don't have to mute ourselves.
All right, cool.
You can see how fast it's going at regular speed. It looks like just a ball. Like in that image there, as they got underneath, it almost looked like if it wasn't moving, like the moon, like a sphere up in the sky. That's what I'm seeing. Let's see from the outside angle. Now, one thing it could be is a possible drone. Russia and Ukraine are in a situation right now. Uh, what, in my opinion, it wasn't very high off the ground. But
Yeah.
do you think that a drone or the opposition would be flying with lights on like that, kind of disclosing where they're at, so to speak? Do you
Yeah.
find that suspicious at all?
Yeah. I
No,
don't.
I mean yes, but uh, most of the time the drones don't have like a jet engine pushing them that hard. More
Right,
silent.
but the fact that it's lit up this way, do you think that would be normal if it was an enemy drone behind enemy lines? Jaime, what do you think?
Nah, man. I don't think they would show where they're at, especially if they're trying to get some intel using drones. Or I mean, if they're using drones to drop missiles or bombs or whatever,
Right.
some kind of strike.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Russia was using them more like kamikazes, bombers. They were just
Mhm.
they weren't even dropping missiles off them. They were just. So, who knows?
The other thing is, do you think that maybe perhaps this could be propaganda, so to speak? Like Russia put something up in the air, lit it up, shot it down. That way, they can tell the world, so to speak, that they have alien technology. Get what I'm saying? Get where I'm going with that?
Yeah, it could be. It could be. I mean, look at everything that's happening out there right now.
So this is definitely behind the cloud. I paused it at the right moment, and you can see it's definitely behind the cloud. So that cloud could be low, but that's, in my opinion, at least some significant altitude. It's traveling pretty smoothly. I mean, it's lighting up the ground. Do you think that whatever this is has a spotlight facing downward?
Maybe. Yeah, it's pretty bright, right? It's like
Yeah.
shining on the what is that? A rooftop? What it looks like?
Yeah, it's shining on the rooftops, and you can see that it's
Mhm.
behind the cloud. You can see it here. Russia claims what this was was a big old ball. I couldn't pronounce it. Spherical. The alcohol's already getting me. Object that they shot down, and so there is some weird characteristics to it. It does look like a ball, but could that be a trick from the camera because of the light being so strong? And then the other thing that looks weird is the effect it has, like right there when something hits it, it's like it vibrates the air around it, and it like that looked like a glitch.
That's
Lawyer,
all.
Lawyer Fox put on there, Russia never lies.
uh, oh, welcome to the show. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let me see. So here it is as it gets hit a few times. It just it looks weird to me. It looks like it glitches out. So this next one is near Spicewood. I'll be honest, I have no idea where that's at. But I found this video to be kind of intriguing as well. We'll watch it at normal speed without the sound. You guys will see what's going on, and then you guys give me your opinion on it. I'm gonna keep it muted so you don't have to mute yourselves, guys. And so there's a formation of lights up in the sky. They move into formation, and then these guys just take off. You think they could be like drones?
There's some fast ass drones.
Well, I've flown drones before. I've used to drive or fly. I'm sorry, the FPV ones, the ones you put the little glove,
The goggles and everything.
goggles on. You can see what's going on.
That's too fast, man.
That is pretty quick.
Yeah.
Depending on how high off the ground they are. I mean, if they're lower to they're lower to the ground and just very bright and small objects, it would appear that they're pretty up there high. But if they're way up off the ground, that's a significant distance in a very quick matter of time.
Is there another one back there behind those two, blinking?
Oh no, I didn't see it.
Let's check it out. Go. Let's see if it shows over here. Like right underneath the bottom one.
Underneath that one?
Yeah, look right now. Look right. Damn, it has to zoom out.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, you're right.
What is that? See it? Something's
flashing. Yeah. There's something flashing off in the distance.
That one looks like a drone.
It did. Let's watch that again. What do you guys think in the live chat? Do you think this thing is what do you think about the Russia one? Do you think it's real? Do you think this one here is just drones? Yeah, that one looks like that could be a plane just flying way up in the sky. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I looked up real quick how fast those military drones can fly.
Yeah.
4,800 miles per hour, supposedly. And it's called the Lockheed Martin design F-35 Lightning #2 stealth aircraft. And it's a military design.
Lockheed Martin. Y'all know where that's at?
What?
Lockheed Martin Skunk Works. Skunk Works is over there off the coast. I want to say near Florida. A lot of people speculate that the Tic Tac was a drone or some kind of advanced tech from Skunk Works.
Oh, I've never heard that one before.
Yeah. Lockheed Skunk Works, they're Lockheed Martin Skunk Works. They handle top secret stuff, man, from weapons to planes to things of that nature, advanced technology. We'll try to answer the question. Do you guys think that these UFOs that are being seen around the world, you think they're alien, or do you think they're us just advanced technology that they're not disclosing to the population? What do you think, Jaime?
I think it could be both, man. It could be alien, and then we got a hold of some, and then reproduce the same kind of flying objects and stuff. The same machinery. I mean, look at what Bob Lazar was talking about that he was working on.
Exactly. What about you, Big Blue? What do you think? You think it's alien tech? Do you think it's our tech?
I want to say sometimes it probably is alien. Sometimes it's us. Like Jaime said, Bob Lazar worked on that special contract where they were trying to replicate the engines and stuff. They build their own. So, but the stuff that I've seen and all the advances, I think we're capable of making those kind of things. It's just not out there yet right now.
So, I don't think any of it is aliens. I'll be honest with you. I think that majority of it is art tech. If any of it is not art tech, I would tend to believe and have, in my opinion, would think that maybe it's tech found from a lost civilization. The world has been around for a very long time. We have only been a civilized, cultivating species for what, like a couple 100,000 years, maybe. Civilized for the last 20,000 years out of the 4 billion years of existence. Is it possible that, a billion years ago, maybe some kind, or a million years ago, some kind of species became advanced, and wiped themselves out, or whatever the case may be, became more advanced than what we're capable of. And maybe we found some of their technology. I tend to believe that that's more feasible versus a species traveling the vastness of space. You would have to have some crazy technology to be able to travel light years, thousands upon light years away within a short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so, not saying it's impossible, but I feel that if there was something creating that much power or disturbance in the galaxy, it may be noticeable to the equipment that we have looking out into space. The James Webb telescope, things of that nature. I feel that they would have detected a bendage in space that allowed a vehicle to travel through a wormhole to get from one point of the galaxy to the next. Perhaps maybe something that was here a million years ago left something behind. Are you guys familiar with Lou Elizondo?
Oh man, why do I know the name?
He is part of the To the Stars Academy. He was like former CIA. He works with Tom DeLonge from Blink-182.
That's not Tic Tac, no, that's not him.
He was one of the guys that brought that up to speed.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, he's an ex-CIA guy and whatnot. I've heard a lot of his appearances, whether it's on news or podcasts. I think it was on Theories of Everything or Theories on Everything podcast. He was talking about how just that I said that he goes, materials that we have degrade. If we were to get wiped out, how long do you think it would be before everything we created was taken over by the earth / eroded? I mean, look at the Titanic at the bottom of the ocean. In 100 years, it'll probably would have eroded to something you couldn't recognize based on the conditions of where it's at. And he said that, and he kind of just speculated that if you wanted something to last 1 million years, where would you put it at? And he made a comment of, the moon, and kind of speculated that maybe perhaps something would be on the moon, and at the we finally got technologically advanced to go to the moon and find it, so to speak. But I would tend to side with him. And then you look at what Bob Lazar said. He said that at one of his interviews with Joe Rogan that the craft that they found was ancient, thousands of years old, been here for a while. He also said that it was from the stars, the Zeta Reticuli, the galaxy formation, whatever you want to call it, that's out there. And so he even said he doesn't know what was real, what was fake. Only the pertinent information that was needed was real. Lou and Tom DeLonge. And so in my opinion, I tend to lean towards that. If there is some sort of technology out there that is far beyond our advanced capabilities. What do you think, Big Blue? I know you disappeared there for a second.
Yeah, man. I told you, I started talking about aliens and spaceships, and these bad boys over here, and the feds kick me out every time, man.
Yeah.
Like my screensavers, man. Spaceships lift me up in there.
That's not a screensaver.
Oh, it's my backdrop.
I know, I just kid. And there's also the possibility that the government has advanced in technology that they're not telling us about.
Yeah, true. But I mean, even how do you explain different civilizations knowing what they see in the sky as flying saucers? I mean, they're all depicted from Aztecs from Aztecs to Egypt, and different civilizations, even from their hieroglyphics, they all depict almost the same thing. How do you explain that?
It's true. And that is unexplainable. Let me think. How would I explain that? Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, yeah, you got somebody painting something in the sky during a time where those things or planes didn't even exist. Makes sense. Yeah, I couldn't explain that. What about you, Big Blue? Could you explain the ancient alien stuff that's out there? And I think even Christopher Columbus said that he saw USOs and UFOs on his voyage. What do you think about that?
I think they've been here for a long time. They've been here longer than we have. They would have to be to have the technology to be able to fly at the speeds they do. Look at, I would say another famous one that everybody, they're just discovering more parts of it is Stonehenge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're digging it out, and there's actually a whole body to the bottom of that. So there's a lot of stuff out there that we don't know yet that was there before probably the dinosaurs.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna look up something real quick.
Well, didn't they also find like a light bulb, something that depicted a light bulb in one of these like ancient pyramids?
Yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, and we have a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Paul. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's going into the beer fund, and for that, I pop a new one. Say cheers to you, my friend.
And by popping one new one, he means his beer.
Yeah.
Right now.
You're holding your hands in front of you, and there was nothing there, bro.
Yeah, that was
like. I'm telling you, man, this is that futuristic beer that gets you that camouflage. You get drunk and nobody knows that you're drinking around. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Man, that goes down nice.
Have y'all seen a UFO, or what y'all thought was a UFO in person?
I think I have. One time I was jogging, and this was back in Del Rio, and I was at the Lions Park Trail, and I was out there doing my workout. It was probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I used to like to go out there late, especially in Texas, man. It gets freaking hot, y'all. You don't want to be, the later the better, man, because, you get a heat stroke out there if you're running too early. So I used to go at night, and in Texas in the summer, it typically don't get dark until 9:30, 10 o'clock. And so it starts to finally cool down about 10:30. And so I was out there probably between 10:30, 11, come around the bend, and I look up and I see what looks like a TRB-3. And for those that don't know what that is, it's a triangular formation craft traveling pretty slow in the sky. It didn't look like it was very high off the ground, and it looked like it was pretty massive. I couldn't tell what was, between the lights, but it looked like a dart-shaped craft. You couldn't see the stars through it. So to me, it appeared that it was one solid craft. And it just kind of hovered past over me. It wasn't like super close to the ground, but it didn't look like it was super high up there like you would expect a plane to be.
Did you hear anything?
No, I didn't hear anything at all. It was just kind of hovered over me. It didn't do anything spectacular other than slowly drift above me. It could have been a blimp, but I haven't even seen very many of these blimps, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, was it like 2 weeks ago, man? I went to Eagle Pass, and I was driving, dude. And all of a sudden I see this it looked like a sphere, like oval in the sky, real shiny, man. And I was tripping balls, you know what I mean? This freaking fly is pissing me off, man. Anyways, so I was driving and I saw this thing in the air, man. And I was like, oh shit, it's not moving, but I kept on getting closer and closer, and it started getting, it looked bigger and bigger. And by the time I got there, it was like some sort of blimp, right?
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, okay, like that was a big deal. But man, I was like, holy shit! Like I thought it was gonna. Oh, I thought I was the only one seeing this shit. You know what I mean? But like the first time I ever saw something like that, like the first time I actually saw a UFO that I know is a UFO, I was I believe it was in fifth grade, man. I remember it was, we moved to my mom's house. It was the first day of school, and I was waiting for my little sister to, you know, to walk with me to the bus stop.
Right.
And at that time, it was like 7:15, so there was a little bit of light out. And I walked in front of my house, and I was waiting for my sister there, and she came out, and I don't know what made me look up into the sky, and I saw what I thought was a balloon, like a silver balloon. And it was just floating, right. And what I noticed is that when it started floating sideways, and it went behind a cloud, and as soon as it went inside the cloud, it split into two, and one went straight up, and the other one went straight to the left, like that, man, like super fast. So I was like, oh yeah, that was no damn balloon shit. You know, that was the first time I ever saw something like that.
That's crazy, dude. I saw something weird, man, in Del Rio also. Probably, man, it's when I was living near Lions Park, so it had to be somewhere around 2008, 2010, somewhere in between there, maybe 13 to 12. I lived there on a couple occasions, and it was I just saw something in the sky kind of go by. It looked kind of weird, kind of silvery, like you mentioned, but I attribute it to being the International Space Station. That's what I thought it could have been. It was broad daylight, though. And then I found out some weird shit about the International Space Station, and I think I'll blow your mind on it. Have you ever seen it with the naked eye?
Maybe maybe like a year ago, if I remember correctly. But then again, like last, like what was it, 2 months ago when I told you, man, I think I saw something. I think me and my dad witnessed something.
Yeah,
I remember I was all tripping, dude. I was like, what the hell was that? And it turns out it was that what was it called, the Elon Musk, man, what's doing out there?
Yeah, SpaceX.
Yeah, SpaceX, man. Like it was. I don't know what it is, but like it looked like a bunch of lights in the sky. And then like where we're in the back row, so there was like no light pollution out there. So it's like it was super bright.
Yeah.
And I was like, I told my dad I was driving, and my dad was like, hey, what the hell is that? So I pulled over, and we're like watching it. I was like, what the hell? It was trippy, man. I was like, I got home, I was like, what the hell was that? Did we witness something? But then we found out it was Starlink. I was like, oh shit, never mind.
Yeah. I remember Jonathan, our good friend, he sent us a video of it, and he's like, they're here, boys. Like, it was just Elon Musk. But the states that this happened in is in Texas. We're all up in here in Texas, near the border.
Me more than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's my question. For those that have seen the International Space Station, do you know how big the International Space Station is?
No.
It is approximately the same size as a Boeing 747.
Oh shit.
Have you ever seen a 747 in broad daylight at its highest altitude?
No.
Nah, it's pretty hard to. It's pretty small. So did you know that the International Space Station is 7 times higher than what a 747 Boeing travels at?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like, how the hell do we see that?
That's exactly what I say. How the hell do we see the International Space Station when it is the same size as a 747, but 7 times higher than Earth, and or off the ground at least? It's at 254 miles off the ground. I think, it's way up there, and yet we can see the International Space Station and not anything else. I mean, not the let's see. I think
not the airplane itself.
Yeah,
I was looking for it, so it's taking a while, but I found it.
What is this? This is what you found? Did you record this?
No, my ex recorded it, but I actually saw it, and I was like, man, I saw something weird today. It's like, oh yeah, so did we. And they recorded it, so I sent it. Like, So that's
Huh.
that's above like I-10, 1604 area, Camp Bullis. It's like a round spear just flying around.
Huh.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
when I saw it, it took off fast, like out of nowhere.
That
Yeah.
is kind of weird there, Blue.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I saw it, man. I was like, whoa. I said I was taking the girls to drop them off before I went to work one night. So I saw a weird spear in the sky. 'Cause I know I see helicopters all the time. I see the planes landing. It doesn't have no red lights, or like it's a plane, and then the helicopter's lights are way different than that. And then it just took off out of nowhere.
Okay,
You know what? Huh?
Do we see that where it takes off or no?
Nah. It's already looped around a couple times.
Oh, okay.
But my question is, Blue, when was this taken?
I want to say it was October of last year.
Ooh.
Dude, was that around the time where I told you guys? Remember, it was in the group chat.
The
I was
sounds?
like, yeah, the sounds. Like,
Didn't they make
so-
didn't the news report on that they couldn't find out what it was?
Yeah, the news reported on it as well. So it was probably the first time it happened was probably around 10 o'clock, and this was this past fall. And I was at my house, kicking back, and I was putting everything away because I was fixing to go to bed. And I was fixing to get ready to go take a shower and then go to bed. And I hear, boom. I mean, it sounded, and I could feel it. I could feel like the bass out of whatever made the noise, right? And my windows kind of shook a little bit, like nothing crazy, just right. And I was like, what the hell? And I initially thought that maybe perhaps something crashed right behind my house, because right behind my house is a street, right? And so, but I was like, man, I didn't hear any tire marks. I didn't hear anything other than boom. And so I didn't think anything of it. I kind of opened the door, kind of peeked my head out, couldn't see anything above my fence, right? But couldn't hear anything, so didn't think it was anything crazy. So I went in, I was taking a shower, and then I heard it again. And I was like, what the hell's that noise? And then probably about 3-4 days later, I see it on Secure Team 10. They're great. They're a great YouTube channel about aliens and stuff and UFOs as well. They brought up a news article for San Antonio, Texas, that people quite a bit of distance away from where I'm at, near Camp Bullis, were hearing these like sonic booms that were going off throughout the middle of the night.
They stay by Dominion and Camp Bullis. They live across the highway of the apartments. So
Yeah. So I wonder if you saw something move at a high rate of speed like that, if that was what was creating those booming noises.
You sent me 2 videos, so let me find the second one so I can send it.
All right, sounds cool. I'm gonna remove it. That way I don't dox anyone.
Well, so there's people talking about Bob Lazar, and that's funny that they mentioned that because our first video was on Bob Lazar. I think our first 3 videos, right?
Yeah, I think no, it was just one, but I think we may have broke it down into a couple of parts.
Yeah,
we talked about Bob.
Yeah,
October 13th, 2022. She sent me 4 videos.
Nice. Send them over, man. We'll look at them.
We had just done the Bob Lazar story, so she sent me some.
Oh, yes.
I saw the other day, and I was like, that's what I saw when I was dropping the kids off. So I get the other videos. So just wait. I had to go through all my messages.
We need to get Bob Lazar to come up here.
Yeah. Bob Lazar would be it'd be great. Man, does look, that's weird, man. I mean, I know that the phone and the camera's making some kind of weird like it may not look exactly like that, but you said that what she saw was a sphere.
Yeah, she saw. What I saw looked like a sphere.
Huh.
What she sent me is like almost a minute and a half worth of clips.
I don't know, man. But like from when we're talking about Bob Lazar, I've seen multiple interviews on Bob Lazar, and I'll tell you one thing, man. He never changes his story. Never. Everything's the same. Every exact detail he ever tells is pretty much the same. And that's like it's rare to hear interviews from people like that. You know what I mean? Because sometimes they changed over time.
Mhm.
You know, but from what Bob Lazar has said is like he told it everything in detail, and it's always been the same. It hasn't changed. And that's what I found intriguing.
Yeah, Bob, he's been consistent about what he says,
Uh-huh.
and and the other thing about Bob Lazar is that so much of the stuff that he's talked about has come true.
Yeah.
That looks like it has a blinking light to it.
That was another day. It was on the 14th, I think.
Unless
Yep.
that's it.
See how it's blinking in the middle of the sky?
Yeah.
Weird.
But that looks like it could probably be a plane. That one's also moving. The blinking lights kind of give that away.
But the other one, it was glowing like a lot. That would take a lot of energy for.
Yeah. I mean, there's a on the chat. There's someone says people don't believe until they see one. You know what, man? I didn't believe it until I saw one when I was like in 5th grade. Then I was like, whoa, that's something I couldn't explain. When I was telling you that UFO went behind that cloud and then it split into two. That thing was crazy, man. After that day, I would just sometimes sit outside and just watch the skies, just to see if I could see it again, man. It was trippy.
Yeah, man. Like those times that I thought I saw the International Space Station, I wish I would have pulled out my phone and recorded it, because after I found out about the size and how far it is and the likelihood of seeing it during broad daylight is super slow or slim, I think I effed myself on that. I could have been saying something pretty.
You could have been the next Bob Lazar.
I know, right? But yeah, no, Bob Lazar, he talked about gravity being waves during a time where that wasn't really a question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was not scientifically proven, but it was scientifically thought that there was the theory of gravitrons and a bunch of other crap. He came out with it being waves. Now, the element 115, yeah, anybody could have predicted that, because eventually they're going to find an element 120 or whatever, right? Because it was just what's next in the periodic table. But the way he explained and his and the way he what's the word I'm looking for? He hasn't changed the story and the technology, and in which the way the craft moved, and then you see some of these videos that move in the same fashion. Like for instance, you have it's the gimbal, I think, that the plane moves sideways and then travels out. That's kind of the way Bob Lazar explained the UFOs would move at fast pace or fast speed. And there was one other video that I'd seen. I wish I could have pulled it up. I didn't know we were talking about Bob tonight. It looked like a flying saucer flying sideways, hauling ass to the sky. Have y'all seen those type of videos where
from the plane?
No, it wasn't from a plane. It was from the ground, I think.
Oh, okay. I seen the one. I think it was a plane where they saw this what looked like a cube pass by. I don't know if you've seen that one.
That one. I think
that one was pretty trippy. That was too clear, I think.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Everybody asks for a clear picture or video, and then when you get one,
it looks fake.
It looks fake as hell.
Yeah. And then they still have the situation that happened in that school. Remember when supposedly the whole school saw this UFO land in their pretty much Zimbabwe, remember?
Yeah. That one. And for those that don't know that story, basically, long story short, there was back in the 70s. there was a supposed UFO that landed
Well,
at a school.
I don't know, I don't know if it was the 70s though.
Maybe in the 80s, but I'm pretty sure it was a while ago. You know what? Maybe in the 90s.
I think it was like 93, dude. You missed it by like 20 years. Is that
Hey man,
weird?
I was close. I was close. You know, that guy Sean Villock or whatever his name is like 70. So it was a possibility. It was a possibility. Yeah, it was in the 90s. Back in the 90s, there was a flying saucer of some kind landed at an elementary school in Zimbabwe, and I don't know, man. I googled it too just a minute ago, and it said it was roughly the same size. But yeah, still wouldn't see it. 100 feet's not that big. I was just off by 20 years on
One of them. You were
on this incident, so 100 feet's pretty accurate.
That's pretty damn close. In this, you consider it.
When you consider my last statement, it was pretty close. So this spacecraft lands in Zimbabwe at this school, and long story short, some beings came out, right? And they made telepathic contact with some of the students there. Basically told them that they're going down the wrong path. Technology is bad, yada, yada, yada. Real weird message for a technologically advanced species. But maybe they're trying to save us from ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And so
from TikTok.
Yeah, it found its way. And so, yeah, that one's interesting because they interviewed a bunch of kids separately and independently, and they still had the same story. Even some of the staff had stated they had seen, maybe not felt or heard the telepathic, whatever it was, but they saw this craft land and saw the species.
Not only did they describe the object and the humanoids, they didn't. Not only that, but they actually drew almost the same picture.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
For
So
sure.
it goes back to like the civilization. You know what I'm saying? Like, how could it these different civilizations, different times, would picture or would draw the same kind of objects and.
Yeah,
it's weird.
No, yeah, for sure. It definitely is, man, and especially the ancient stuff. You see the hieroglyphics, you see the paintings, you see all those type of things. It makes you wonder exactly. I mean, there's the book "Chariots of the Gods" that kind of goes into it for the.
The one thing I wanted to compare is like the video that we had, my ex sent me in this video. They're both spheres. You know what I mean? That's pretty weird.
Yeah, you're right. They are spheres. And this is the one from Russia, y'all. So for those that are coming in late, this is the 2 videos that Russia released of them shooting down a supposed UFO. This is one angle, and then they have another. I have it slowed down so that way we can see it. But it is a very bright object in the sky. The object that you saw in San Antonio back last October, Blue, was it emitting a light like this very brightly?
Not that bright, but it was pretty bright. Where like when I go towards my work, I have to pass Six Flags, and there's always fireworks. There was no fireworks at that time, so to me it looked weird because there's a cell phone tower, so I'm used to seeing like a red light in that area, but this white light was just there, and it would move a little bit, and then just took off. Like, what the heck was that?
Yeah, 1994. I was off by like 20 years, yo.
Right.
We've already established that.
Just letting you know, just reminded you.
Just reminded me that I was off by that. Yeah. It happens, man. You can't be right all the time.
It's hard to be perfect, I'll tell you that. But what's it called? Even here, like in Texas, you have the Marfa lights, right?
Yeah, the Marfa lights, yeah.
I mean, I haven't been there. I don't know if y'all have been there.
I have not.
Yeah, my daughter and my son went out there with my mom and dad. They were out there watching them, and they couldn't tell what they were. They were like, they will see it, and they're like, what? There's a light up there moving around. What the hell?
Yeah, it's weird. Let's see. I'll pull it up. This is. Oh, you know what? Let me put this at regular speed. Or actually, let me put it like at 1.5.
Jaime, what part of Texas is Marfa at? I've never been out there.
Right there. It says right there.
9 miles east of Marfa, Texas. Where the hell's Marfa, Texas at? That's up in the Panhandle, ain't it?
It's going. It's almost going. It's almost getting to New Mexico. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, these are the lights. A lot of people have gone out there to try to explain or debunk what they are.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? Was it ball of lightning?
Yeah, it's kind of like what I saw when it took off, man. That was weird.
You know what? That actually looks like that Russia one, huh?
Right. No shit.
Right.
I think
It does.
I think we built them, guys. So let's cut it there for put 2 and 2 together.
One of them got lost and found his way to Russia
Yeah.
until it got shot down.
Yeah.
You know, we need to bring Doc back over here, man.
Yeah, that was cool, man.
Stories. He has a bunch of evidence and a bunch of stories. I think that the chat will really enjoy hearing from him.
Oh yeah. If you guys aren't following Doc Skinner, great guy. I know I saw some people say Steelers in the live chat. If you guys aren't aware, I do cover the Steelers on a different YouTube channel called State of the Steelers. So go follow me there. I give away tickets to the game once a year. So the season's over, so we'll be doing it next year. See what's up, Publicly Buzzed. We need to get together, man. He's been covering the Idaho case, just like us. And I want to tell everybody, kind of give everybody an update. I did have a caller call in the other night who stated that she has children that attend WSU and University of Idaho, and that have friends. Their children have friends who are close to the incident, and she spoke a little bit on the call. We're going to be releasing that call tomorrow, just that part of the call, and then on Sunday, we'll probably be releasing out at some point a video of us talking about what she said to me after the show. And so she asked me to call. She didn't want to say some things on the air. She told me a lot of some things that are, how can I put it? It's pretty crazy, some of the things that she said and some of the things that she was accurate about and what they knew. We'll be going over it. I'm trying to verify a couple of things first. Somebody comes in with some great claims. That takes some great evidence, in my opinion. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what she did say could explain a lot. So hit that like and subscribe button, ring that notification bell. That way you're notified about it. It's interesting. We'll leave it at that. But that's for tomorrow and Monday.
Just want to make one announcement. I know Aaron asked that they haven't shown like a video of a wreckage.
Mm-mm.
There's somewhat of a video. If you want to watch 9 hours of a video, go ahead. I was starting to skim through it, and it didn't show within the first hour. I was skimming through it, but there's 9 hours worth for you to skim through and see if there's a wreckage.
Send it to me. That I'll fast forward that thing, record it, download it, and then speed it up. I'll find something. I'll find it. Send it to me. And yeah. Thank you, Publicly Buzzed. It was interesting. So tomorrow it was a 3-hour show that we did the other day, and we had calls coming in, and the phone number came in from the state of Washington, and the last name caught my attention because the last name is very similar to a last name that has been brought up in this case quite a bit. Somewhat. Not identical, but somewhat. And in fact, I thought it was somebody close to it. I think it could be, but I need to verify some things first and foremost. I don't want to come out here and say some things and it be not verified, and just somebody calling from the state claiming that they have children that go there. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to give any names. I just want to verify a couple of things, and once I do, I'll be able to confidently say that I have verified this source to the best of my ability, and this is what the statements were.
Hell
Does
yeah.
that make sense?
What's it called? I had a question for y'all, man. So if aliens or these UFOs are real, if they have these kind of technology, the government does, how come they haven't told us, or how come they haven't said anything about it?
Power. I mean, there was a why do people think that we faked the moon thing? Like, if it was to be faked, why would it have been faked?
Because we're against what's it
Russia?
called, Russia, to get there first.
so we were in a Cold War-ish or whatever. Maybe not then, but we were in a competition with Russia, and there was a bit of a space race to prove technological advantage, so to speak. And we got there first. The Russians were the first to put somebody in space, but they also didn't have a lot of people return from space. And so America and the United States had better luck, and so first ever Photoshop. That's true. And so in my opinion, if we had this advantage, the reason why they wouldn't come out and tell us, it's possible because if we did, then other agencies or foreign adversaries are going to try to figure it out, and maybe if they know what they're looking for, then they know where maybe to attack, so to speak. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like, oh, go ahead, Blue.
No, I just agreed.
Oh, what's it called? Yeah, because like when it comes down to the moon landing, man, like there's a lot of pictures out there that just don't make sense. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, well they fake some, man. There was some that were proven to be fake.
Do you believe there's theories that supposedly Stanley Kubrick did some of this stuff? Because he did Space Odyssey. Remember?
The thing about that is, the thing about it, the validity to it is the fact that NASA and the government have come out saying that they've lost the technology to go back to the moon.
Yeah, I saw that. I remember seeing that interview with it was a little, I don't know if it was a kid, right, that asked, was it Buzz?
Right. Well, there was that, and there was, something else.
Like a director, right? Something like that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen this one. I was going through it, Blue. All right, go ahead. Yeah, no, I've seen that. And I saw that somebody had stated that, I think it was NASA, they were talking about their inability to get through the Van Allen belt, which is the outer atmosphere. And so they talked about how it could, the radiation out there would harm the astronauts going through there, and that they've lost the technology and the math to get to the moon, so to speak. I don't understand, why can't it just be replicated,
right,
or redone in a better way?
Especially with the technology we have nowadays. You know what I mean?
I think they faked a lot of it. And my theory was, like I have said in a couple shows ago when we did a talk about them going to the moon, was there's a new, I think it's in 2024, we're sending up somebody to, I think we're sending a group to Mars, right? But it was crazy how they had built a simulation room of what the spaceship's going to be like.
Like a chamber?
The chamber, and they also built, like, they CGI'd everything. So the astronauts look like when they show the video of them being taped, it looks like they're floating around inside the chamber in space. and it's supposedly so that they don't get confused that they're not on Earth when they're on there, and it's gonna help their minds not kind of, I guess, go crazy.
Mhm.
But it's weird that like it looks so real in that simulation that maybe they did that with the first moon landing.
Ooh. Man, you never know, man. The government has tricks up their sleeves and shit. You know what I mean?
For sure. And Paul, send us an email. We'll talk. Our email is drunkturkeyshow@gmail.com. Just wanted to get that out there for you.
It's right here. Oh wait,
Yeah.
right here. There it is.
There it is. So, what do you think, Jaime? Do you think that that we went to the moon?
I think we went somewhere, and apparently we won. But I'm gonna leave it at that because that's gonna be for a different show.
Yeah. We'll talk about the moon landing and where we think we went in a much different show. That'll take us like into an hour, but I think that or an hour longer. The government has entered the chat.
It has to be a day that I'm off where I can drink and talk the truth.
Right.
Man, you need a job, bro. Just quit.
Just quit. Yeah. The what do you call it? We've talked about what the government could have done and what haven't they done. And I remember we brought up how can I say this without our stream being shut down?
Algorithm picking it up.
Yeah. In the winter it's snow, and then I have a den. We brought him up one day and like 2 shows in a row.
Yeah.
Boom, cut off through the middle of the show. We're like, what's going on? And so, yeah, there's certain things we can't say. And that's why we make the joke, the feds are after us every time they kick one of us out or things of that nature.
I believe it was the second show we did. That's when it started. Like every time we'll mention a certain name, it will cut us off. Remember?
Yeah.
It was crazy, man.
So, Huckleberry Hound, we're gonna do that in 2 parts tomorrow because there was quite a few people who didn't get to hear the call. I'm gonna release the call,
including me.
The call. Yeah, just the call alone tomorrow, and then I believe Sunday sometime, me and the guys are gonna get together to record what it was that we that she and I spoke about. And I'll be honest with you guys, that conversation was 2 hours long.
Yeah, I just want to let y'all know on the video part, you catch me napping, it ain't my fault.
I heard you snore, bro.
There's been rumors that there was a snore or a fart. They couldn't tell which one it was.
Possibly both.
Possibly both.
Both. I messed up a few times on the line.
Yeah, and so what we're gonna do is tomorrow I'm gonna release just the audio clipping that when she called in. After the fact, I'm gonna release what I can because some of it is very graphic as well, and the concern there and my concern there as well is the family doesn't need to go through that type of stuff. It doesn't need to get out that way. And so there's that aspect, and there's some pretty big claims, extraordinary claims there. And when you have extraordinary claims, you need a little bit of extraordinary evidence, so to speak. And so I'll be talking it over with the guys here after the show. We're actually going to talk about it, and then we might release that episode as a members only. So if you want to hear that portion of it, I encourage you to become a member. But we're going to release what we feel comfortable releasing on Sunday. Now, we're not going to talk about anything too crazy on the members only page as well. But I'm going to let you guys know a little bit more of what I was told. Some of it's graphic, some of it explains, and I'll put it this way, explains why Brian doesn't have scratches on his face. Explains why there's only one shoe print in the house, things of that nature. And so, and I'm sorry if you guys are lost. We also cover the Idaho 4 situation. We've been
Delphi?
covering in Delphi. We've covered some true crime. I mean, all the way from Casey Anthony to Vanessa Gillian to Delphi to the Idaho 4.
Alina Kojakari,
the little girl, yes, that went missing. So we do a lot of true crime. And in the last episode, or not in the last live when we were taking calls, one of the mothers of two students that attend WSU, and I believe one is WSU and one is University of Idaho. The one that attends University of Idaho lives on Greek Road and has a lot of information and brought up some very interesting details that I just need to verify some things first to make sure that this person is telling me, first and foremost, I need to verify that she does have children that go to that school. It could be anybody, even just because they're calling me from Washington State doesn't necessarily mean they are who they are. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that after this show, and we'll be releasing those things as well. Yeah. That caller was awesome. Knew a lot of details. Very much obvious that she was been in and around the area. I found her to be very credible. I just don't feel comfortable putting out some of the things that she said without verifying some of the facts. You know what I'm saying? You guys get me?
Oh yeah, definitely. We want to be putting out there information that is not factual. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially when it comes to the severity of some of the stuff that was said.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about too, man. I don't think I wasn't on the call with you, but I think I know exactly what she said to you. I'll tell you later on. So see if it's right.
Yeah. We'll talk about that, and like I said, we'll put that into that show that we're talking about.
I wish I was on that live, man. Like I know I had to take off early, man. I was pretty crappy, but that would have been great to hear in person and stay on for another 2 hours just listening to her stories and how she dealt with it because she had kids, her kids with her and that college.
And that's what her concern is. That's what her concern is. Her concern is the safety of her children. She feels that. One, she's concerned about the strength of the case against Brian, and there's been some speculation of co-defendants, and she's concerned about that as well. And so she's concerned that her children aren't safe there, and that I guess she feels that the mood on campus, so to speak, is, well, they caught this guy. Everybody's safe now, and she feels that may not be the case. And so she's very, very concerned for her children, and rightfully so. And so, but with that, I have to make sure, because if not, if I go in there and say some of these things that she told me and they end up not being true, it really is going to look very bad upon us. And so I have to make sure certain things are accurate. And I think it's not that difficult to verify these things. I got some names and things of that nature that I just got to look up, so it shouldn't be that hard.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, Aaron. She says, y'all are so kind and fantastic. Got a jet now, but I will see you again soon. Thank you. You have a great night. Also, guys, if you guys weren't aware, we're on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you find podcasts. Just look up the Drunk Turkey Show and you'll find us there. If you find us, give us 5 stars. Do the whole 9 yards. We appreciate that. I'm gonna drink this last one, guys.
On Spotify, you can hear Big Blue's voice. It's really soothing. Really soothing. I listen to him when I'm trying to get asleep. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I usually wake up naked though. I don't know why. That's weird.
Don't listen to everybody. Thank you so much, MoFlow76, for becoming a member. We appreciate you. Thank you.
You can also spot me at your local Specs, Costco Liquor, HB Liquor Store. You'll find me at those places.
At the liquor store. I'll be in the beer section at Walmart.
I'll be
the guy pacing around reading every label, trying to see which one I haven't tasted yet, and
Oh shit. Yeah, we gotta make our own. We gotta make our own beer, man.
Yeah, dude.
You have to talk to homeboy over here in San Antonio. You know who I'm talking about?
Sure.
Yep. Wait, who?
Was it two? No, was it four?
It's code 1028. Code 1028.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was some good. I gotta get you guys some of that. We had a distillery owner from the company called 1020 Code 1028. He brought us some vodka, some whiskey, amazing stuff. It's found in Texas for the most part. So if you're in the great state of Texas, go to your liquor store. If you don't see it, ask for it, and if you do, just tell them that we sent you. So, guys, we've gone over an hour. That's our boiling point for the most part.
I ran a drink, man.
My drink is not invisible, although it appears to be.
Yeah.
It is there.
He makes it disappear, though.
It's a futuristic bottle. That way, if I ever get this,
advanced technology
and driving, advanced technology, you never get caught drinking and driving. I don't condone those things, so don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't get caught.
Get an Uber, get a Lyft. It's more, it's cheaper than a DWI ever could be. I'll leave it at that.
Based on true events.
So, before we let everybody go, guys, do you have any last words?
Yeah, man. Like, if I was gonna tell the chat, if they like this sort of stuff of us, just pretty much talking about UFOs, paranormal, right? Also, they can check out our older videos where it's more lighthearted stuff. You'll hear a lot more jokes, right?
Yeah,
more comedic relief.
You'll also see, and let us know if you find it. We put out a video of a ghost. We have two videos I want you to find. One is of a ghost that we went through and we broke down. Let us know what you think about that ghost. It was actually a photo taken by Jaime. Yeah. And so we broke it down. Go find that. And there's another video. If you find it, we'll give you a membership for free. And so what you'll have to do is put in the timestamp of where you found it. And it's a video where our good co-host and our comrade, Big Blue, got a little bit too wild on the show and had to go abruptly before the beer he was consuming ended up on his camera. So, you can see him leave abruptly. You find it?
It was not just beer. Okay, it was beer, Australian wine,
and like a McNugget.
He just got kicked out. Oh my god!
They're not letting the feds, man. They're not letting Blue talk.
Yeah, T Ranch. We do have an email. It is drunkturkeyshow@gmail.com. If you guys have any ghost pictures, alien UFO videos, things of that nature, email them to us. You can hit us up on Twitter. You can hit us up on Facebook and MySpace. Not MySpace. What the hell am I saying? On Instagram. Man, I'm going old school.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit us up in those locations. You can send us tips, things of that nature. We'll look into all of it. I try to answer as many as I possibly can.
Answer this one.
Oh shit! Put it back up.
What'd you do?
I hit the next one. All right.
Okay, here you go. You answer that one, sir.
BK said, "Did you arrest anyone else?" Wonder why. There's two reasons that he possibly could have said that. One, there was somebody else involved, and if you tune in on Sunday, that question gets answered. And two, he might be trying to throw some people off, or there's a third reason. He could have been asking if maybe his family got arrested because his
dad, maybe.
Yeah, his dad. driving in, maybe an accomplice of some kind. So he was concerned. Big Blue's coming in back. But yeah, on that video, he gave you some big clues. He talked about Australian wine, and so that's a big clue as to what video it was on. Big Blue, what all did you have? You got taken out right there.
Yeah, the feds again, man. I had whiskey, Australian wine, and beer. See, the Australian wine wasn't strong enough, so I drank like a quarter bottle of whiskey. And it was Knob Creek, I think at that time I had, and it was 80 proof. And I was pretty much drinking it straight with a little bit, a dash of Coke. So, if I remember right, we've had a few shows. I think we're at 125, I think. So yeah, it's been about 80 of them drinking.
So whoever gets it and sends the email with the timestamp, the video and the timestamp gets a free membership, right?
Yeah, no, all they got to do is timestamp in the comment section of that video, and I'll be able to you got to turn your gifts on. I'll be able to gift them a free membership.
There it is. It's gonna be the lucky one.
Let us know.
No way.
It's gonna go in on his burner account. Oh man, well that's a show, y'all. I want to say thank you to everybody in the live chat. This was refreshing. This was good to kind of just get off the the true crime for a little bit, just for a night to unwind and reset the batteries, and then we can get back at it together tomorrow. Yes, I said MySpace. It happened. Yep.
You're old, bro.
I am old, dude.
Hey man, I'm not gonna lie, man. I wish we had MySpace. Remember, we used to make our background and put our music. That shit was dope, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Dude, my shit would be covered with drunk turkey shit all over it.
What? Drunk turkey?
Stop. Hey, Jaime, do you have we'll give everybody a little quick sneak peek. Do you have the merchandise yet?
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
bro. Tomorrow. I mean, I can show a picture. You want me to show a little picture?
Send it in the text message, in the group message, and I'll post it up real quick.
Oh, all right. I think I did. No. Wait.
You may have doing both. I want to see both. Yeah, MySpace was tight, yo. You used to be able to put your own music, flashy background. I remember mine was blame it on the alcohol. I guess things don't change, right?
We're on the same page, man.
Blame it on the juice.
I remember my profile pic was the same one as Tom. Remember that shit?
Tom DeLonge?
Well, him too. But Tom from, was it Tom? Is that his name, right? The guy from MySpace?
Yeah, the weird guy. Yeah.
Really? That was I took a picture exactly like that, man. I put it as my profile pic. I wish I could get on there, man, just to see all the bullshit I used to say,
Dude, that would be crazy. Let me know when you get that sent so I can show everyone.
I just sent it to you through text, though.
Oh, you got to send it through the.
Oh, you sent through text, man.
No. How am I gonna screen?
I asked you, through the chat. You're like, nah, man, through text. I was like, all right.
Oh well, I meant the chat.
Okay. Yeah.
My bad.
I got you. I don't know if I sent it to you. I think I sent it to you through the other one.
Just send it to the Murder Monday one. It's fine.
All right, cool. See if you got it.
I was gonna say, is this thing gonna work? Is it?
Let me know what you guys think about these beauties. Coming soon. This is the Big Blue edition, of course.
Yeah, Big Blue edition.
And that's our cue, y'all, to get on out of here.
Yeah, that's it.
Y'all have a great night. If you guys are watching this on the replay, please hit that like and subscribe button while you watch. Let us know in the comment section what you think of the show. That being said, we're the Drunk Turkey Show. Peace.